if we really love God, we got to be committed to doing the work of God each and every day of our lives. Don't you know that God has you where you are so that you can be of service to him? Don't you know that God has you placed specifically and for a reason so that you can be of service to him? No matter what you're doing, if you're doing hair, if you're at work, if you're washing cars, if you're watching kids, you ought to do it for the service of God, because you never know whose life you can touch by doing the will and the work of God. There are people who are always watching you. There are people who are always looking at you. There are people who need a word from you. There are people who God has dispatched for you to be a blessing to and for you to speak into their lives. So you can't afford to walk past nobody and turn your nose up and not speak at them. You can't afford to wake up in the morning angry and say, you know what, I'm just going to keep to myself. I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want nobody talking to me. And when I get to work, I'm going to sit in my cubicle. I'm going to close my door, and I'm not going to speak to anybody today. Don't say anything to me because I don't want to be bothered. Brothers and sisters, unfortunately, as Christians, we don't get that opportunity to say to ourselves that today, I'm just not going to tell nobody about Jesus. The praise team sung the song this morning. I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just can't keep it to myself. See, when God has been good to you, when God has done something for you, it's hard to keep it to yourself. There ought to be a burning and a yearning for you to want to tell somebody about Jesus. And so Jesus said to Peter,